Downtown Waynesville, Virginia here on day 142. I just went to the post office and doing a first drop box of the trip where we're mailing ahead some extra stuff to the next stop. Nothing really valuable. Bunch of plastic bags, a couple of dehydrated dinner items I got from home in this box that I don't need in the next 3 days, and I don't know, just some extra food items. Got to get back to the hotel now. The pickup is supposed to come at 9:30 and it's 9:20, so I'm almost there. 10 to 10 have been dropped back at the trailhead parking lot. I'm gonna walk across this other bridge up here and then head into the woods. And I imagine there's going to be some climbing to be done. I think we're looking at about 9 miles today, maybe a little shy of that. Well, there's your answer. This is the Old Dominion Appalachian Trail Club section. No longer the Potomac. Who was W.J. Mayo? And why did they build a house on this hill? Now we have a Lowe family buried here. Not to be confused with the Mayos. Mosey said the gravestones are here. It's kind of overgrown, but you can see them. Stopped for lunch at a shelter down there and might as well see if the privy works. And it's kind of an open air thing going on here. Guess it's a privy with a view. What's the name of this shelter?
The Paul C. Wolf.
Paul C. Wolf Shelter. This was where we had our lunch.
I think
Lots and lots of nuts. Oh, one just fell. I got to this tent site about 2:30, 2:45. Got the tent pitched up. Everybody's here now. I went ahead and hugged my food bag in the tree over there because there are reports of a bear wandering through the campsite, and I'm leaving the campsite right now to walk 2/10 of a mile up the Appalachian Trail to where there is supposedly some water, because I don't have any water anymore and I need water. I like water. Oh yeah, I think that, whoa, that will work. It's going to take a while. Not a lot of water coming out of there. Definitely taking a while. So that took over a half hour to filter 4 liters, well, not even filter, to gather 4 liters of water. And so after all that hard work, I need to take a little rest. I'm having mac and peas for dinner. Back in the horizontal position at 7:15. Not planning on getting out of this tent again anytime soon. Probably going to get up about 5:15. Still be dark. But we've got 18.5 miles to go tomorrow. So for those keeping score, this particular tent site doesn't have a name. It's just called a tent site in the Far Out Guide. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Morning of day 143. It is 10 to 6. I've been awake for about 45 minutes. Well, I should say My alarm went off about 45 minutes ago. I've been awake a little bit longer. I've had my coffee in my tent, hot coffee this morning, and I'm having some nice hot apple cinnamon oatmeal for breakfast. We'll finish that up and finish packing and get on the road, hopefully before 6:30. I think I can make it. 6:35, out of camp. Started on the trail, climbed this little mountain here. I think it's called Humpback Mountain that we're on. And got I think 3 miles to get to the summit with a view of perhaps. Slept okay, but not really. Just woke up a lot, wasn't very comfortable. Temperature was just a little too warm for the sleeping bag that I had, but too cold for no covers, so there was some temperature regulation issues. But I was in bed for a long time laying down, so I think I've had my muscles recovered mostly for the night. It is an 18.5 mile today, a hike from the stealth tent site that we just left on Humpback Mountain to some shelter. I'll figure out the name when we get there. I know Shadow left a little before 6, so she's about 40 minutes ahead of me. Mosey didn't seem to be at his site. He didn't camp quite next to the three of us. Nada is still finishing her breakfast back at the campsite. So we'll see her when we see her. Ooh, a little bit of redness showing there from the sun above the horizon now. I was hoping I could get to the top of this mountain before the sunrise, but that ain't gonna happen. Hope is not a strategy. I should have gotten up an hour earlier if I'd wanted to do that. Funky tree. Left turn for me. I'm sure Humpback Rocks is a beautiful view, but that's a half a mile I don't have in me today. There's an old wall on top of Humpback Mountain. Hello, sunshine. So apparently that view back there was not Humpback Mountain. Well, I think we're on it, but the peak seems to be uphill still. There's a bit of a view. Mountain seemed to go on for quite a while. I guess we're looking south. I don't like trails like this. It is a ski resort, I guess.
Yeah, wintergreen.
And I guess they thought that the curvy shape would blend those ugly condos in with the landscape, but they were wrong. So I'm assuming that's Waynesboro out there, because that's what they described it as. Man, today's trail is tough. Tidewater ATC maintains the next 10 miles of the trail. Thank you, Tidewater and National Forest Service. I think since we left the Shenandoah, we've been hiking in the George Washington National Forest. And now we're entering the Three Ridges Wilderness section, which might mean there's no blazes. It's a wilderness, ooh. Yeah, I've been climbing for the past hour. And I think I got more climbing to go to get up there. And if I'm not mistaken, I've got to go down in that valley and then up those mountains over there sometime, today or tomorrow. Yucky. So every water source, every creek, spring that I've crossed since this morning has been dry. And I was just about out of water, but in a parking lot I was resting and a woman drove up who was car camping, and she filled up my water bottle, bless her heart, literally. So now I'm rationing it here with 9-mile stretch from that parking lot to the shelter. I think it'll make it. What I do is I take a sip every 30 minutes, but I've broken it down to every 20 minutes now because it's just so darn hot. That means I'll probably run out early, but whatever. Still climbing. Square rocks. Bunch of them. You're a big snake. Yes, you are. Yards and yards, hundreds of feet of slow stepping on rocks. And then there'll be a slightly less rocky pass. And then it'll be all those darn rocks again. At Harpers Creek Shelter, I'm going to sleep in it tonight. There's a few level spots around, but I'm just too tired to mess with the tent at this point. That was a hard day, 18.5 miles, and you know, would have been easy in the Shenandoahs, but not here. Oh my word. Didn't expect it to be so rocky. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock, 5:20. I've been here about 40 minutes and drank a liter of water because I was dry, and now I'm going to cook food because I'm hungry. Didn't eat hardly any of my snacks. Look, I've got left over. I've got my M&Ms, didn't eat them, granola bar, nuts. Don't know what I was doing. Guess I didn't want to eat because I didn't have any water. So now I'm hungry. Once again, wrap up from the comfort of my bed. Thanks for watching.